Good?
I don't know.
Back for another one.
We're going to try it again.
Fourth time.
I'm not sure if it's going to work.
Yeah.
It might not.
Who knows?
It might work.
We're not professionals.
No, we're not professionals at all. Welcome to the Brohio Podcast Show. I'm your co-host, the delicious Nicolicious.
And I'm Rob Dog.
We moved our microphone stands around.
Yeah, it's a little different in here. It's the first thing I said. I was like, it looks a little different in here now.
And if you watch our YouTube videos, you can see that. Brohio has a YouTube channel, and all of our episodes are loaded up in their entirety now. For now, until it quits working again.
Yeah.
Last week, well, the first week, the audio didn't line up. So there was a big delay at the end. I didn't feel like fucking with it.
Oops. Yeah, that's a hassle.
Second week, thought I nailed it. And then Rob's like, only one speaker works. And then people on YouTube are like, only one speaker works.
Okay.
I'm like, son of a bitch, man. So this week, I think I'm...
Well, at least it wasn't just a me thing. I thought it was like my phone just being shitty and I never double checked back on it.
No, someone put the top comment on YouTube says, I enjoyed this through one ear or something like that.
Yeah, see, like I told you, mine was like, if I held my phone upright, I could hear it out of my phone speaker, but if I turned it horizontally, it was just coming out of my headset speaker.
Yeah.
So it wasn't coming out of my like actual phone speaker. So I was like, okay, this is cool if I want to watch it from my ear, but then I won't be able to see anything.
And the thing about YouTube, man, everyone's hateful and nasty on there.
Oh yeah, they are.
Everyone's like, man, Nick's fat, but I guarantee I could gorilla press any of your moms above my head and eat her out until she was done. Guarantee it.
I just people are so brave. Or a fat fuck.
Yeah, my blood pressure, it hangs around 200/200, so I wasn't aware of the fact that I'm a little bit overweight. Thanks for clearing that up for me. On to the next question. Rob, you and I, we've gone through a lot of stuff. From the beginning to the end, we've known each other since the beginning of time. We've done it all. We've tattooed each other with ink pens. We've hung out in your basement and played pool on a mini pool table. We've stolen. We got your uncle naked over a pool game one time.
Yeah, we did.
If you and I were throwing a music festival and I needed you to suck dick for some water.
Okay.
Could you handle that for me?
Oh, absolutely. No doubt.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm talking about the fire documentary, which is completely wonderful. I love that documentary. Ja Rule's like, oh, no, 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 my baby. Oh, no, no, you.
I don't know if it's true or not, but I saw that they're trying to propose a fire too.
Man, it's only because the success of the documentary. That's the only reason.
Yeah.
But Ja Rule, what a fucking shit stain. The shit stain of all shit stains.
Oh, man. It's that whole era of hip hop is like, it's gone.
Yeah. Mr. Ja, if you're listening, write us an email, brohiopodcast@gmail.com.
Let's talk.
I'm going to bounce one back that says you suck a fucking huge cock. You suck, Mr. Ja.
Send us Shanti our way, please. She's fucking hot.
I would like to say thank you to our new Patreon subscribers.
Spilled my beer.
Starting off with Ashley Kate, thank you so much for your Patreon pledge.
Mary Kate and Ashley. Next we have James Edmondson. Thank you very much.
And an oldie but goodie. He's back again. Samuel Farrell, thank you so much for re-pledging to the Brohio Podcast Show.
What a gentleman. Next we got Jim the Notorious.
Notorious. I love it.
Too. Me too.
And next is Sarah Meganson. Sarah Megason? Did I get it? I think I got it.
Sounds right to me.
Sarah, we love you. Thank you so much.
And then we got Claire. Is that Iona? I don't know.
Iona hump a lot.
Or is that Lana with a lowercase L?
Who knows? Claire Bear, thank you so much. Kent Longpecker. Is that right?
Looks right to me.
Mr. Longnecker, thank you so much for being one of our newest Patreon pledgers, and we'd love to know how huge your penis is. Let us know.
Long or short, either way.
Longnecker.
John Hall, thank you very much, Mr. Hall.
And Chris F. Mr. F., thank you so much for your generous pledge.
Mr. F. Randy Walker, thank you.
And Brittany Diggs. I had a funny joke lined up for Diggs, but I don't remember what it was.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't remember what it was. I think it was going to be saying something about digging up in somebody's guts, but I don't remember what it was.
I kind of get the visual image there. And next we got Chris Anguiano.
I think you fucking nailed that one.
I think I got it.
And last but not least, Daniel Larson. Mr. Larson, thank you so much for your Patreon pledge.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, and I got an article from you. This was sent to us via our friend from Canada, Christian
Good old
Elizabeth.
Canada.
Yeah. Christian. I nailed it. I feel like I nailed it this time. If I
Sounds
didn't
good.
nail it, she's going to let us know. Christian.
Just call her Chris.
Christian. Chrissy. I think is her preferred. I don't know. I'm going to have to hit pause in just a second because I'm all kinds of fucked up. I'm tripping
You need
over
a
my
beer,
words.
man?
No, I don't need a beer. It's really early in the night. We're not used to doing this early in the night.
Yeah.
I'm still in my sweatpants that I've been wearing all day. I got stinky
Same
pee
here.
pants on. We got matching fucking shirts on.
I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, I
Holy
noticed it right
shit.
now. Yeah, yours is a lot smaller than mine, but it's the same exact shirt. A report of a bomb threat at a Wichita Home Depot store turned out to be more of a warning for other customers in the restroom. Sedgwick County Communications released a 911 call in which the caller states that someone may have a bomb at the store. We just had a customer here. May have been a bomb threat, said the caller. He said, somebody told me there's a bomb in here and you need to leave the building. He said it 3 times, quote. Police went out to the Home Depot at K96 in Woodlawn to investigate. Someone there told the staff they overheard the threat in the store's restroom. I like where this is going.
Sweet, I know.
Police did some investigating and learned the bomb threat, quoting marks, came from a man in a bathroom stall warning others about the severity of his need to use the restroom. Quote, he said, y'all need to get out of here because I'm fixing to blow it up. I'm fixing to blow this motherfucker up. The one witness said he laughed at the remark and took it as a joke. Once police tracked the man down, it became clear it was all a misunderstanding. And I have the...
You know how many bomb threats I've caused them?
I've got the fucking.
I had to run into the grocery store the other day. My wife was in there picking up a couple things, and I had been irritable all day from the Chipotle earlier.
Oh no!
It's the Tabasco Chipotle sauce, man.
Oh yeah!
Every time I put it on, it fucks me
tears
up.
the ass out.
And I was just sitting there like I was fine, and 1 second later, I got the gurgles, and I literally ran down.
Gurgles.
I ran down the main aisle. Dude. I barely got in the back.
damn butt gurgles.
And it was one of those things where it's like your body knows when you're pulling your pants down, and then it just starts coming, and you're like, fuck.
Have you ever went to go to the bathroom but there's like poop all over the tank? Like
that's one of those incidents.
And it, like, you know what that poop sounds like? It's like it's not even. Oh man! Here's the news thing. The news clip I was able to steal from the interwebs. Let's see if this lines
Call
up.
to Sedgwick County dispatchers started as a bomb threat when really it should have been more of a warning for those customers in the restroom.
We just had a customer here apparently made what may have been a bomb threat.
Okay, what exactly did he say?
He said, somebody told me there's a bomb in here, you need to leave the building. He said it 3 times.
Well, that's a 911 call that led police to the Home Depot at K96 in Woodlawn. Someone there told staff they overheard the threat in the store's restroom. Police did some investigating. They learned it was not a bomb threat in a literal sense. Police say a man was in a stall when he told others in the restroom, quote, y'all need to get out of here because I'm fixing to blow it up.
I'm fixing to blow this motherfucker up.
He even said he laughed at the remark and took it as a joke. Once police tracked the man down, it became clear it was a misunderstanding. He said he just really needed to go to the restroom and he wanted to warn others of the severity of his need.
Man, I just got a shit
Officers
bad.
did clear up the confusion with Home Depot, and everyone here is laughing now.
You just
Happen you not glad you read it.
You ever just sit down in the toilet, like you walk into the bathroom of the Home Depot and you're like,
Save us from this.
hey, y'all.
Just announce it.
I know it's 2:00 on a Tuesday, but I'm fixing to blow this motherfucker up. If you ain't trying to get hurt by this poop splatter, you need to raise up out and get the fuck out of here. I'm going to give y'all 4 or 5 minutes, and I'm going to drop this bomb.
Man, I have the utmost respect for that person.
Dude, I know this guy had baggy jeans and Timberland boots. I know,
Right.
I know he did.
I don't like if someone either one sees me go into a stall or two knows that I'm in there, I'll hold it in until somebody leaves.
I try sometimes,
Yeah.
but then it starts to bleed and I fucking just let it go.
But if I'm like a truck stop, I'm just letting it all hang loose and just blaming the other guy.
Son of a bitch, man. This is the worst day of my entire life. I'm fixing to blow this motherfucker up.
We've all been there.
I'm about to blow it down.
We've all been there.
Usually my announcement is I say, hey, folks, I'm about to take a huge shit. So not to be, not to tell anyone that I'm making a bomb threat or anything.
I don't mean to interrupt your lunch, but I am about to go.
I know you're only here shitting in peace. I'm fixing to tear these walls down.
I'm about to go have a doo-doo baby, so give me 1 minute.
Hey, excuse me. I would like to let you all know that I'm about to make a little fluffy. I think that's what they call it in Great Britain. They're making a fluffy.
Making a fluffy. Okay.
And when someone says they're about to make a fluffy, I think of a mouse peeing on cotton. That's what I think about.
Oh, that's cute.
Making a little fluffy.
That's cute.
So this episode of the Brohio Podcast Show is a Patreon-sponsored episode coming from Party Pat. We can't say his last name because he was in the military.
Oh.
And he was in the Special Forces.
Oh.
So he said if we use his last name, not using it, he said he'd fucking kill us and burn our houses down. I said, Party Pat, we're not going to use your last name. So he's from I believe he's from the New Orleans area.
Nolans.
Nola.
You ever been to New Orleans?
Sweet jambalaya. No, I've never been before.
It's fucking wild.
I want to go.
Yeah, we've been there once. I threw up in the street. It was a day of dream. Let me tell you, first off, there is no fucking public restrooms there at all.
No.
You walk into a McDonald's and you have to have I don't remember if it was either money. I think you had to have money to use because there's so many homeless people. Yeah.
We've got a shit bag hanging off your waist or something.
Well, I mean, obviously, if you're in a place and you're eating, they'll let you go to the bathroom. But
I'm fixing to blow this. I'm fixing to blow it up.
well, this is at least down, in the main party area, which is where we're going to be talking about. But yeah, it's wild. We were there not even during a busy time of year, and I got trashed and then threw up in
You're such a fucking loser.
threw up in a trash can. It was real quick. It was just like and then I was done. It's great.
I'm here for Mardi Gras. It's October, you piece of shit.
It was just a day trip. We were in Florida, but we're in Pensacola, so it wasn't that far away from where we were at. It was like 5 hours. We're like, fuck it, let's make a day trip out of it.
That's fantastic.
It was fun.
And like we said, we're covering. No, we haven't said. We're covering Madame LaLaurie. Is that right?
That's fancy. That's
I'm going to call her Madame LaLaurie.
Might as well. We're white.
Very white.
Just get real white on it.
But the correct pronunciation is Madame LaLaurie. Madame LaLaurie.
Let's just call him Madame.
Madame or Delphine.
Call her. Yeah.
Delphine. That's what I'm calling her, Delphine.
There you go. That's a good one.
They called her Dirty D down there at the bar. He said, don't get your dick sucked by Dirty D. She'll hurt that goddamn thing. She'll rip it off.
She was an evil bitch.
She don't need your dick to be attached in order to use it, if that tells you what kind of dirty D this bitch is. She'll rip that wiener right off you. She'll shove it right up in her butt, and then she'll poop it right back on you.
And yes, we're using the word bitch to describe her because, as you'll see, she is absolutely encompassing of that word.
She's a bitch. Like Rob Dog, you ever had a girl put your wiener in her butt and poop it back out on you?
Yes.
Like a slug on your stomach? Like a big old chocolate slug.
Got a good old raisin sitting on the end.
A raisin. Poop's okay to talk about unless you're talking about anal sex. And everyone's like, all right, I'm out of here. We're not talking about poop anymore. People's like, I love the Brohio podcast show because they talk about poop. And then we talk about, like ripping the anal beads out, like you're trying to start a lawnmower and the poop comes flying out like little rabbit turds.
Yeah.
And people are like, I don't like that because I like anal sex and I don't like to know about the poop.
Yeah, I had a friend yesterday just asked me, they're like, do you eat ass? I was like, I'm a fucking grown ass man. I ain't scared.
You should be like, listen here, buddy. I'll eat anything with a little bit of A1 steak sauce on it.
As long as you don't put that Chipotle Tabasco sauce, I'm good.
Tear me up. I'm fixing to blow this motherfucker up. Sorry.
Exactly.
I had to keep I'm fixing to blow it up. My wife texted me and said, quit fucking yelling down there. Don't wake up the neighbors.
So we're having a good time.
Yeah. I'm not sure what direction we were going to go. We discussed a little bit.
Yeah, we're just going to go follow yours.
All right. All right. All right. She was born Marie Delphine McCarty, or possibly McCarthy, no relation to Jenny McCarthy, because she's a nasty fucking slut. She was born on March 9th. Jenny McCarthy was not born on March 19th. Oh, Dirty D. Dirty D, such a good name.
I do like it.
She was born on March 19th, 1787 in New Orleans.
It's an old bitch.
Old bitch, yeah.
Yep.
I think that's about the time that old George Washington was stomping around the earth there in the 1700s. If my memory serves me correct.
Sure.
Let's go with it. I think George Washington was a cool fucking guy. Wish I could have met him.
Sure he was. I just want to be around in time to wear powdered wigs. Think we can bring that back now?
I don't know. I bet you all those guys fucking stunk like smegma and fucking frog dick. For sure. Now, she was, like I said, she was born in 1787 in New Orleans. Her parents were prominent in the European Creole community. Creole. When I hear Creole, I'm like, man, that sounds like some good fucking food right there.
That's backwoods shit right there.
Yeah, but they were very popular in the community there. They did a lot of good stuff.
It's like Boomhauer.
I love
They all talk like Boomhauer.
Yeah. Oh yeah. When I watched the
I like always alligator man come down over. You come up on the boat, man. You gotta get the boat off the bed, grab the gun off the back of the boat. You put the gun up on the head and you shoot him in the head. And then when they come down there, the swamp down. We got a swamp down. We gotta get it. We got about 15 gators the other day. We got about to get in the back of the truck. We got a little boy, baby, only about 7 years old. He cut the gators up. He put them in the fridge. We got another girl. We got a daughter back there. She got up to get it.
Oh, that's so fucking spot on. It's not even funny.
We kill alligators.
I just like them because they can't say they're ours.
Oh man.
Oh, my dick is getting willy hard right now.
I
we're
just
fun.
think it's so fantastic when someone can't say they're ours properly. I prayed to have kids that couldn't say they're ours, and God said, nope, you're getting well-spoken kids. They're going to be assholes, but they're going to be able to speak well.
That's awesome.
I'm sorry. So she come from a good, a good bloodline. She had a fairly rich upbringing, we should say. She wasn't dirt poor like some of these other scumbags we talk about. She wasn't molested. Well, she might have been molested. Actually, she was molested. She got married when she was 13. She was molested.
Exactly, yeah.
In 1800, at the ripe old age of 13, she married a Spanish royal officer who was a very high-ranking Spanish officer. I didn't even think to write his name down.
Oh, well, he's not important.
Actually, I did. His name was Don Ramon de Lopez y Angulo.
That's a lot of names.
I'm not gonna. That's a lot of names. Why would you give your kids that many names? Think about how hard that is. Sitting there in kindergarten, they're like, write your name on the test. Oh, I hope you're giving me an extra 20 minutes because I got this long, stupid fucking name.
Poor Don can't even find his fucking dick yet, and he has 16 names he has to write down.
Or you could be me and have two first names, Nick Alexander. I tell people,
Still can't find your dick.
Yeah. Where's my dick? I don't know, but I got two first names. Figure that out. Fucking assholes.
My brother has two first names as his first name.
Yeah, that's shitty, man.
I know.
Fucking
Parents were on crack.
My parents hated my fucking guts. So she got married when she was 13. Whew. He said, if there's grass on the field, play it.
Nice and ripe.
Oh, God, that's terrible. But we're going to notice a pattern here with her husbands. The thing is about her husbands, they all fucking died. So,
no.
Not necessarily, nothing going back to her. Nothing links these murders. Murders. Nothing links their deaths to her.
One could assume based off of events that happened later.
I mean, we can get into that. We'll get into that.
Yeah, we'll talk about it.
At the age of 21, after marrying the first time when she was 13, her first husband died in Havana, Cuba in March of 1804. At the age of 21, she remarried Jean Blanc. And this guy didn't live very long either. They got married in 1808. He only lived a few years after they got married. So these guys are just dropping fucking dead. She's got the pussy to die for.
Dropping dead to marry her.
She's had a great body. I have no idea if she had a great body. I know she was portrayed in American Horror Story by Kathy Bates.
Which I absolutely adore Kathy Bates.
Really?
Yes. Love Kathy. Not like in a sexual way.
No, I love her sexually. I think she's a terrible actress. I love her sexually.
That lady's the devil.
Oh yeah, Waterboy.
Yeah.
Just smack the rolls and ride the waves, buddy.
Yeah, I love Kathy Bates.
I would take that one for the team.
She's awesome. American Horror Story, every season, she's always amazing.
Now, one thing I was thinking about, her last and final husband, his name was Jean Blanc. I may have said that Jean Blanc died, but I'm pretty sure. No, this was the second husband. My notes are all fucking rigmarole right here. I have no fucking clue what's going on. Jean Blanc was a banker, a merchant, a lawyer, and a legislator. And this was kind of the thing back then. I don't understand why people had 12 fucking jobs.
Slinging that dick, man.
You can't be.
You don't have to have a college education back in these days. Yeah. You can just do whatever you want over a weekend.
I'm a basket weaver, a surgeon, a snake charmer, a plumber, and a Portuguese nipple nibbler. Catch me on the weekend, you might catch me as a Portuguese nipple nibbler.
I'll pay you for that.
Have you ever had any run-ins with a Portuguese nipple nibbler before, Rob?
No, but I'd give them a hefty Benjamin if I could.
If you've ever had your dick sucked by a crackhead, write us an email, brohiopodcast@gmail.com. Let us know. How was it? Was it bad? Was it good? Was it worth it? Was there sharp teeth? Did it hurt?
Was there vampire? No teeth? Or 3.
Yeah, that's what my dad always says. He's like, I just dream about a woman with no teeth. Here my mom is. She's 60 and looks like she's 40. Beautiful mouth of teeth.
Mouthful of teeth.
All original. I'm just looking at my dad like, you poor son of a bitch. Poor guy. And now she, like we said, Jean Blanc, he died in 1816, not after he knocked up old Dirty D 4 times. They had four children together.
Jeez.
On to the next one, she says. There was a third marriage. In 1825, she married her third husband, physician Leonard Louis Nicholas LaLaurie, which is where she got her last name from.
There's the pseudonym.
LaLaurie. That's where she got the last name from. Apparently, he was a lot younger than Dirty D, but upon marrying him,
Dirty D,
she became what we would know as Madame LaLaurie. She bought the property at 1140 Royal Street. And if you look that up on Google Maps,
fuck yeah,
it's still there.
Wild looking.
It is pretty crazy looking.
It just looks like a spooky place.
It looks like your stereotypical New Orleans party house.
New Orleans mansion.
But upon marrying him, I started reading my notes, same exact spot over again, so I'm not going to do that. I'm going to skip forward to where I'm supposed to be. The mansion was built at 1140 Royal Street, and the mansion would become the LaLaurie Mansion. Leonard was never really around, and he kind of just let her do her own thing. And that's what a lot of the history people said, that she didn't really, I think she's only got married for the paper, but I think he was around a little bit because he had a hand there at the end in some of the doings and undoings.
Yeah, but she had free range.
They probably slept in separate beds, which I think is really weird, man.
That Ricky and Lucy.
Couples that sleep in separate beds. He snores. Yeah, well, he also probably wants to eat your pussy every night. So why don't you let that happen and see if that helps him sleep a little more soundly. Some people sleep in separate beds for different reasons. So don't think I'm casting judgment on everyone. I just think people that are our age, you know, what are we, like 40, 50 years old?
Close.
30, yeah. 30? Yeah. People our age, they're like, he sleeps on the couch and I sleep in the bed. I'm like, you literally.
Yeah.
That is not fun at all.
Not at all.
I just want to be able to roll over in the middle of the night, stick my finger in something. I want to hold my wife like a bowling ball and fall asleep.
Unfortunately, I got a bed full of kids, so I'm too scared to stick my finger in something.
You're going to jail.
Right.
Oh, man.
Dad?
Oh, God.
No, that's Mom.
Just checking your temperature, boys. Oh, man. She would have the mansion built in 1832, a lavish 2-story mansion that still stands to this day. Not to be without a slave quarters.
Of course.
Because back then, it's the deep South. We believe in 2 things. Spitting tobacco and having goddamn slaves. Because that's what America does. We use shit. You know, we want to judge the whole entire world and try and take nukes from everybody. But, you know, just a few years ago, we had fucking slaves and inequality in this country. There's still inequality, but...
Where all men are created equal. Except for blacks, Jews, and Muslims.
Yeah, where all white people are created equal.
Yeah, exactly.
America.
What a time.
Yeah.
Fucking people.
I keep on reading the meme that says, I'm not celebrating President's Day until we get one.
Right.
Today's President's Day. It's so stupid. This story takes a hellacious twist because why wouldn't it? Why would this be a Brohio podcast subject topic if it didn't take hellacious twist?
That's what we do.
But before we get there, to all the locals, they were completely taken aback at the absolute respect and dignity that Dirty D treated her. Well, I shouldn't say the slaves. When she was out in public, when she came across people of color, they were very taken aback at the respect and dignity that she treated these people with, which is the way you know, this is a touchy subject but this is a long time ago.
Mhm.
Things are a lot different now.
Definitely.
But people were not treated even close to being equally back then.
Not at all.
And they were kind of slaves, and people of color were considered second-rate citizens.
Yeah, they were treated as property,
It was shit.
not as people.
Big old heaping pile of shit. So the fact that she was being overzealous with her friendliness to these people of color in public, people are like,
It's definitely out of the ordinary.
I bet that pussy stank. I bet it stank real bad. Who knows? On 2 different occasions, about 13 years apart, though, she gave up 2 of her slaves and allowed them their well-deserved freedom. But their treatment aside, the locals started to notice how run down her slaves looked, quote, calling them haggard and wretched.
All right.
So she may have been treating these people wonderfully in public, but the public was noticing that the slaves at her place, they looked like they were fucking run down.
They looked like what you would think a normal slave would probably look like.
They look like me. Rode hard and put up wet. That's people are like, how old are you? I'm like 31. They're like 43. I'm like, no, I'm 31. They're like, why do you look like an old Keebler elf? Rode hard and I got a lot of life experience, okay?
Yeah.
I've killed sharks in the fucking Bahamas with my bear. I have never done that. I don't
Sounds fun.
I don't like ocean. Like,
I'd be too scared.
that's one of my worst fears, just to be in the wide open ocean.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's terrifying. No, I'm good.
Just feet dangling and no land around. Oh, man, I got nothing. Unless the Titanic was below me, that'd be pretty cool.
Blow you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd take a huge shit on it. Just
That thing's really deep, though. Good luck getting down there.
Oh, I know how to hit the bottom, okay? Ask anybody.
Dive right in there.
Call my girl down here, Stacy. Stacy, get down here. Tell him I beat it up. I'm fixing to blow it up.
I would love to hear her response.
she'd be like, yeah, no. Yeah, no, is what she would say. She'd be like, you suck. Oh, God. So she did free some slaves, but it was not enough of a cover. People still knew that she was up to some stinky shit. The rumor started to spread that she was potentially mistreating her slaves.
Aw.
There was no police dispatched. There was a lawyer dispatched.
Okay.
That's what they did back then. The lawyer was sent to her house strictly to tell her, hey, there are some laws as far as the basic upkeep of slaves, and you need to take those into consideration with how you are treating your slaves. New Orleans had laws that protected slaves from unusually cruel punishments, but the lawyer found nothing that would lead him to believe the slaves were being mistreated. Not long after the lawyer left there was an incident with Madame LaLaurie's hair, where one of her slaves, a 12-year-old Leah, was brushing her hair. She hit a snag
Oh.
in Madame LaLaurie's, Dirty D's hair. And this, she said, not on my fucking watch. You're not gonna brush my hair like I'm some kind of piece of trash. So she started chasing her through the house with a fucking whip. And
That's not nice at all.
little 12-year-old Leah, she got all the way to the top of the house, and she jumped off to her death. And the neighbors saw 12-year-old Leah jump from the roof of the house, and Madam Dirty D go out in the street and pick her up, and she observed her take her lifeless body back into the house with her limbs just dangling, and Leah was buried on the premises. Or if you some of the places you check, she was actually stuffed in the well of the house, and that was her final resting place.
That's horrible.
It's pretty terrible. Think about how shitty that water probably tastes. There's a fucking toenail in this water. Can't figure it out. Shit. And I'm going through here, and I'm reading about her, what she did with the hair. You know, how she almost hurt her, or how she hurt Dirty D.
Yeah, just hitting a snag in her hair.
Sometimes my wife gets out of the shower, and she's like, will you brush my hair? I'm like,
Every time I'm home and she gets out of the shower, not your wife, but
my wife. You can brush your hair too. I fucking hate doing it.
I can't stand
That's what I'm trying to get at.
Yeah.
Hair, women's hair is not easy to brush.
No.
It is the worst thing in the entire world. It's like trying to navigate through fucking quicksand.
Imagine trying to use water from the 1800s too to wash it with. There's it's like chunky water.
Stinky New Orleans water. Why does it smell like this? Well, there's a dead girl in the well. That could have something to do with it. She wasn't dead yet.
Yeah, needless to say, I mean, I'm sure her hair was all types of ratty.
Oh, so over this specific incident, she lost there was another incident where a guy, a slave, a male slave, was so terrified of Madame LaLaurie's of being punished by her that he took off running through the slave quarters and jumped off the third floor out the window and then fell to his death. When you can hop on Google Maps right now, and when you type in that address, 1109 Royal Street, I do believe, and you look up in the very top window, the second one to the left, that window is completely cemented off compared to all of the other windows. And to this day, you can
1140 Royal Street.
To this day, you can still see that the window's cemented off. It's because that was cemented off after he jumped to his death. And you can hop on Google Maps and you can still see that to this day, which is pretty fucking cool. What happened with little Leah made its way to the people that mattered, okay? She had 9 slaves taken away from her and sent to auction. So these poor slaves, they're like, finally getting the fuck out of here. They go to auction, and who is there at the auction but one of her family members who bought all the slaves back. And he's like, all right, everyone hop in the back of the fucking truck. Come on, we're going back. And he took all of the slaves back to
Could
Madame.
you just imagine thinking you're going somewhere else, and then you pull up to the same fucking place you just left?
You're just thinking, this bitch has been beating me with a fucking shoe.
A whip, even.
Killed a girl over her hair getting brushed.
God.
I just want to fucking die. But I don't need to die because I'm going to a different owner, someone that's going to take a little better care of me.
Now you can't even jump out of the fucking window because it's cemented shut. It's like, damn it.
I wanted to kill myself.
My one out.
I can't even do it.
It's like, damn it.
And the fun doesn't stop there as far as Madame LaLaurie, Dirty D LaLaurie. She used to beat the shit out of her kids for trying to feed the slaves when they weren't supposed to be fed. So I think she was rationing their food and feeding them as small amounts as possible to keep them alive. But if the kids, because that's what kids do, they feel bad for people.
And their hearts are
They
huge.
have fucking, they have hearts, right? Not like this nasty old hag. Stupid
With
bitch.
the naughty hair.
I like being able to just call her a stupid bitch. Someone's going to hop in and leave us a review like, they called this woman
They call women bitch. It's happened before.
called her a bitch because she killed slaves.
We calls them as we sees them. Sorry. If you can think of any other word that's that nice to call her, go ahead.
And her husband, the physician, her newest husband, was actually performing mad experiments on the slaves. This is the rumor of the time. He's like, I can't fuck my wife. I might as well just fucking cut their toes off or fucking give them beaks. I don't know. Or feed them to the crocodiles. Whatever mad experiments they would be conducting at that time.
I wonder what they could have possibly been doing.
Oh, dude, I don't know. This is completely
Out in the shed trying to clone them.
We need more. I'm getting all kinds of phone
I
notifications.
know you're blowing up
here.
over there, man.
We're waiting for Party Pat.
You're popular tonight.
That's my daughter. She's in distress, but she'll be all right. On April 10th, 1834, a fire broke out at the mansion.
Oh, yeah.
This is when things heat up. Get it?
Hey. I see
This
that.
is when things start to heat up. That night, her husband attended a ball at another party, and he came home significantly earlier than he was supposed to be from the party. And Madame LaLaurie was getting fucked on the counter by 4 slaves.
Come on, boys.
This
Dinner time.
This pussy ain't gonna break itself. There was 4 guys inside of her all at once. There was one in her ass. There was 2 slaves in her ass.
Wow, good for her. It's taut yet malleable.
This is not true. That part of the story is not true. I got sidetracked with another story research for next week.
Yeah, it was only one dick in her ass.
It's a Patreon episode. She was not getting fucked by anybody. On April 10th, 1834, a fire broke out at the mansion. As the story goes, there was a rager going on around the mansion or at the mansion. So they were kind of known for these parties. But as time grew on, people said, I really don't feel like going to her parties anymore. She's a little bit fucked up. And every time we go to get the little sausages wrapped in bacon in the kitchen, she's getting fucking railed out on the counter. So it makes things a little bit awkward. But there's some kind of block party or a mansion itself. People at the party and neighbors started to dump buckets of water on the flames. The local police and fire marshals were made aware of the situation. And I say the local police and fire marshals were made aware of the situation because a lot of people that were doing videos on YouTube, like, they called the police. No, not in 1834. They didn't call the fucking police.
You're not just grabbing your fucking iPhone and calling them.
This thing open real quick. What's that number again? So I left them comments and said, you're fucking stupid. That's all I said. I didn't come like a 20-minute video. This lady, idiot. You're fucking stupid. That's all I left. Because I know how YouTube works now. People are like, oh, Nick's fat. Look at his fucking nipples laying on the table. He's so fat.
Nice shirt, ugly.
Well, is that his mouth or is that his chin talking? I got a beard now, so you can't see my other chin. He's so fat. He stinks like Skittles and farts. Stinks like Skittle farts. Let me tell you what.
Sign me up for that.
I may be fat, but I got a lot of friends and people like me. And God damn it, I still have all my hair.
Hey, watch out.
That was not, I'm not throwing barbs there.
At least you got that going on. I'm fucking barely holding on.
Yeah, so those people on YouTube, they said they called the police and they didn't. The local police and fire marshal were made aware of the situation. And Madame LaLaurie, Dirty D, she knew about this. She said, oh, they're coming. So I got to get the fuck out of here. All the people attempting to help with the fire noticed she was only trying to salvage her jewels and furs, and the slaves were not coming out of the house.
They would rather fucking burn.
Hi, he's no. How that one?
Hey, we see you got that muskrat hat over there, but you're not there to try to save all your slaves. Why'd you come out here? You got the jewels and the muskrat hat. You got some gator skin boots. You want to go and grab the slaves while you keep on gathering up all your gator skin boots.
There's people from New Orleans that are listening to us right now like,
we don't sound nothing like that. We don't sound nothing like that. Ain't no gators down here. Those are in the swamps. You think all New Orleans is a fucking swamp? No, we had one bad hurricane, but ain't nothing but a swampland down here. Goddamn boy, everybody know that.
All the people noticed that she was trying to save her jewels and furs. She wasn't trying to save the slaves. They started asking where the slaves were, and she told everyone to mind their own goddamn business.
Hey, what you doing?
It doesn't matter.
You don't worry about them. You think she's fucking worried about them? She needs to get her jewels out. I mean, come on. Of all the things that have value, you think she has time to get her slaves?
So fucked up.
What a piece of fucking shit.
All right. We interviewed Party Pat. We're back. My kids are upstairs in the bath.
We rolling there?
Yeah, we're rolling everywhere. I just didn't stop.
Just okay.
Okay. God, I'm out of breath too. I'm running around doing stuff. So the people that were trying to put the fire out, they started asking for the keys to the slave quarters. And I think at this point, Madame LaLaurie, she was gone. She skipped the fuck out of town, and I'll cover that more here in just a minute. But there was all kinds of moans and screaming coming from the attic. And
nope.
Her husband said,
nope. You ain't getting this key, boy. We're getting a goddamn key. Ain't nobody getting a goddamn key.
No.
We got gators up there in the attic. You gonna try to get bit by one of them goddamn gators?
So they wouldn't give up the key.
Guard gators for the slave quarters.
Knowing full well there were things in the house that would get her in a lot of trouble, it was at this point that the whereabouts of Madame LaLaurie were unknown for the rest of her life. Ooh. Immediately upon the fire breaking out, Madame LaLaurie made it out of the residence rather quickly with her driver.
On a horse.
It was discovered that the fire was intentionally set by a 70-year-old slave that was chained and shackled to the stove in the kitchen.
Good for her.
Right, she said.
I mean, she probably died, which kind of sucks.
But
shit. No, she didn't die. Whenever the police and fire arrived, she said, "We're fucked up here. Like, we need help."
The fact that she could set a fire from a stove and not die. Good for her.
And be chained to it.
Right.
She knew this is the only thing to bring a substantial amount of attention to the mansion, so the living conditions could be discovered. The firemen that eventually arrived had to use a battery ram to knock down the door to the attic. Oh, man.
I wonder what it was back in the day. Just a fucking half of a tree.
It was a gator. They picked up a fucking gator, like the gator from Hook, and fucking rammed it through there.
They just grabbed the husband by one arm and one leg each. Swung him into the door. Bitch! Ow!
Now, what they would find in the slave quarters would immediately make several of the firemen begin to vomit.
New guy's in the corner puking his guts out.
Rookies.
They were greeted by male slaves completely naked. Oh, sweet motherfucking God. Chained to the wall with their eyes gouged out and their fingernails removed from the roots.
Oh, God damn it.
Just think of fingernail roots, like just that term in
I
general.
don't like it at all. Others had their skin at their joints shaved away down to the bone. For what reason, I don't know. They were hanging from shackles, like from their arms and legs.
Yeah.
And they've been hanging for so long that their joints and their skin had started to separate from the actual body itself.
Oof.
Oh, yeah. Likewise, the skin on their asses had been sliced away like lunch meat. Oh God. Have you ever had yourself a nice bite of ass before? People ask me if I eat ass all the time. And I'm like, you mean like, do I physically put the booty in my mouth? Or are you talking like, do I lick the butthole?
She was literally making rump roast.
Cash money making records for the 9/9/2000.
Girl, you look very good. Won't you back that ass up?
And to make matters worse, not all of the slaves were dead. There was corpses. While there were corpses piled high in the attic, the slaves were being discarded like trash. Ones that were actually killed on the property, they were just stacked up in the attic, but they weren't all dead. One male slave was chained up and had a hole drilled in his head. A stick would be placed in his head, and they would use the stick to stir his brains.
Holy shit.
Oh, God. You know, I've been thinking, get over here. I'm about to help you out with that. We don't like when you've been thinking.
I want to know in the 1800s where they're fucking getting a power drill from.
It was the Husqvarna.
They're just spinning a stick on his head like this.
So some of these stories have been passed down through generations, and they do the research like some of these are possibly embellished, but
yeah.
This is possibly one of those. This specific slave, he was covered in scars and scabs that were completely filled with worms. In case you felt like vomiting.
Okay.
They had collars around their necks with spikes to keep their heads in place. Oh, man.
Oh, gosh.
And one slave has an intestines wrapped in his stomach, wrapped around his waist like a belt.
I ain't going to the bathroom a long time, so I just carry my shit bag around with me.
Fashion trends in 1808 were so weird.
I got some poop soup in this bag. I'm about to put it on the ground. Cut this bag open. Y'all gonna slip in my shit.
Poop soup.
Poop soup.
Oh, one female slave was stuffed into a cage. She was way too big for the cage, so they broke her arms and legs to make her fit properly into the cage. They didn't want her hanging out. Unverified accounts say there were over 100 victims in the attic. There was a crab lady.
I love that's all there is on the line. There was a crab lady.
Her limbs were broken in a manner to make her look like a crab. And the first time I wrote this research, I wrote crap lady. And then I was reading through my notes. And I said, there was a crap lady. And I'm like,
of all the things, like, why even get the idea? Like, I want to make this woman look like a crab. How do you, like, where does your fucking brain development go wrong in life?
They said the fireman walked in and saw the crab lady, and he's like, hey, what are you doing? And the crab lady's like, na he's good. That's a Little Mermaid reference right there for some of you Disney haters at home. Now, this is my favorite right here by far. One female slave, she was said to have her mouth sewn shut after it was filled with animal shit. Why would you do that to someone?
Imagine how bad her breath smelled when she opened it up, though.
Oh, God. Who's making dinner tonight? Oh, God. Her? Old fart mouth? Teach her a lesson. Jesus.
Old turd breath.
And dude, there is nothing worse than someone with shit breath. Like, it's the worst thing in the entire world.
It really is.
We were at Hobby Lobby yesterday picking up some shirts, and there was an old man standing there. He had a fucking dome of shit breath. Like, I could smell
It was a cloud.
You ever been around someone that their breath smells that bad that when
Our old shop teacher.
I don't remember that. You say that. I don't remember that.
I do.
But their breath is so bad that you can smell it from a distance. Like they shit their pants. Like, hey, you might want to go wipe your ass. Oh, that's just my breath. I haven't brushed my teeth since the fucking Paul Revere made the fucking midnight ride across the fucking Mississippi. I don't like to brush my teeth because it makes my teeth feel funny, and I don't like the way it makes my orange juice taste. I just don't brush my teeth, and it smells like I got fart breath. You like fart breath when it's suck on your dick? You like your dick sucked by fart breath?
You know, they say halitosis isn't real.
It fucking is real, dude. I smell it.
They said it was created by, I think it was by Crest, so they could sell more toothpaste.
That's fucked up. Dude, it's real. I smell it. I know people that have it. Like, it stinks.
Yeah, I know someone that has it.
Oh, God. There's an account that says a female slave had her arms cut off and her skin spiral shaved off to make her look like a caterpillar. I don't understand.
What is this infatuation with making humans looking like animals?
The conditions of the slaves made it to the townspeople, and they took all the slaves to the local jail, and an angry mob of 4,000 people that went through the jail. So they did a public viewing where they could see the mistreatment of these slaves. They brought 4,000 people through the jail so they could see how fucked up these slaves were. And they stormed the mansion and did everything except for burn the fucker down. The only thing left after the angry mob stormed the mansion were the four walls of the mansion. And like we said before, at the sign of being discovered, she hopped in a coach, Madame LaLaurie. Dirty D. She hopped in a coach with her driver, Bastian. It makes me think of that really fat wrestler from the 80s named Bastian Booger. He's a big old fat fucker wearing lingerie. He's so nasty. And they made a quick trip to Mobile, Alabama. There she would retreat on a ship to Paris, France. He questioned, at one point there was some type of law enforcement official on the scene of the fire, and he questioned Madame LaLaurie's husband about the slaves. He was told in an insolent manner that, quote, some people had better stay at home rather than come to others' houses to dictate laws and meddle with other people's business.
Wow. What a dick.
Get the fuck out of here.
If she wants to make her slaves into lobster people, who are you to say she can't do that behind closed doors?
The circumstances of old Dirty D's death are also unclear. George Washington Cable, no relation to George Carlin, recounted in 1888 a then popular but unsubstantiated story that LaLaurie had died in France in a boar hunting accident. So she went from fucking snapping knees and breaking fucking elbows to boar hunting. And it fucking got her. Found your fucking maker, bitch. Whatever the truth, in the late 1930s, Eugene Bachs, who served as sexton to St. Louis Cemetery No. 1 until 1924, discovered an old cracked copper plate in Alley 4 of the cemetery. The inscription on the plate read, Madame LaLaurie, and it's all in French, but it says that she more than likely died in 1842 in Paris, France. Subsequent to LaLaurie's departure from America, the house remained ruined at least until 1836, but at some point prior to 1888, it was unrecognizably restored, and over the following decades was used as a public high school, a conservatory of music, a tenement, a refuge for young delinquents, a bar, a furniture store, and a luxury apartment building.
Welcome to New Orleans.
Hot jambalaya. In April of 2007, actor Nicolas Cage bought the fucking place.
Good for him.
I think that's so weird. It got foreclosed on, but he bought it. He's a fucking weirdo to begin with, so it does not strike me. And there was some kind of quote about him, like, some celebrities like to buy oceanfront properties. I like paranormal front properties.
Wait, it foreclosed on him?
It was foreclosed during
when
his
he
ownership.
bought it. Oh,
during his ownership.
What the fuck?
He's fucking broke, dude.
I was gonna say he can't afford $2.3 million or whatever
broke
it was. 3.45.
The awesomeness that haunts this place to this day can't all be traced to the atrocities that Madame LaLaurie inflicted on her slaves. Now, as far as the modern day hauntings, well, I guess not completely modern day, but there were things that happened in the mansion after they moved out that contribute to the hauntings that are there to this day. In 1894, while the mansion was being used as apartments, a tenant was found murdered in his room with all of his belongings ransacked and stolen. One of his friends claimed that he was having problems with, quote, spirits in his house. His friend wrote it off as imagination running wild with him, but he did say something interesting, that his friend had claimed that there was a demon in the house. Sorry, I got all kinds of poop in my fucking eye right now. There's a demon in the house who wasn't going to rest until he had met his end, which the man did in this house. So this guy was obviously...
This demon was on a fucking mission.
He was. There was also a reported incident of a man that was attacked by a naked black man in chains, and the man immediately vanished after the attack. The man in chains vanished after the attack.
Sign me up.
I see you're a silly ghost, but what you gonna do with that big old dick?
Bring that hard chiseled body over here, boy.
You got that BBC swinging from your waist. Won't you put that BBC over here, my B-U-T-T? How about that?
Why don't you give me a purple nurple, baby?
The first time I heard a black man's penis called a purple-headed yogurt slinger was probably one of the greatest moments of my entire life. You know?
Oh, so good.
Big old long dick. One woman who went to check on her infant daughter and saw a phantom woman bent over the crib wearing elegant evening clothes.
I remember every time I hear the word phantom, I just figure I think of someone like some extravagant like extra ghost. Like,
yeah.
What do you think I'm about to do with your baby? You think I'm about to toss out the fucking? What do you think I'm about to eat the baby, feed it to a crocodile? What do you think about to happen to your baby?
Am I real? Am I a ghost? What am I?
There's all kinds of faint groans and cries that come from all over the mansion to this day. In mid to late 19th century, it was an all-girls school. Girls were said to approach the teachers crying and their sleeves rolled up, and red welts and scratches and bruises were found all over their arms. And the teachers would ask, "Who did this to you?" The answer was always one and the same, quote, "That woman." Yeah. And it is part of the ghost tours in New Orleans to this day.
Yeah.
You can go down there and they'll tell you all the stories and take you by it. And there's one certain, I got this from Ghost USA, some kind of website. I don't remember.
Cool.
I wanted to give them credit. But one of the tour guides was giving the tour in front of the building and was standing in front of the building, and she felt her bag get almost yanked off of her shoulder 2 different times, and there was no one around her. And also another incident, one of the tour guides started to give the spiel about Leah, the 12-year-old that jumped out of the building to her death. And as she started to tell that story, the lamps along the street all turned off and started to flicker every time she said Leah's name, which is pretty wild.
That's weird.
So there's a YouTube video of a guy that's got his cell phone in his pocket. He walks up to the mansion, and the current owner's outside. Fairly nasty looking woman, and she says, he asks her, like, "Is this place haunted like people say it is?" And she's like, "We've never really seen anything. We've never we certainly hear stuff all the time. You feel a lot of cold and hot, a lot of cold spots all over the building, and generally there's just an uneasy feeling like you're being watched in a lot of spots in the different house, a lot of portions of the mansion." And she also said that her daughter stays in the 3rd story where all the kind of the atrocities went down.
All the window jumping.
Yeah.
That's fun.
There was another story of the ghost people that took a medium there, and the medium just as soon as she walked up, she just she's like, "There's sadness here. Like this place is sad," and she didn't really know the story. But that goes along with the hokiness of mediums. They say, like, "I don't know anything about this place."
Yeah,
and they're
quick Google search.
Completely studied up on all of it. But
yeah.
she went on she knew a lot about the house, and she hadn't heard the story about the atrocities of Madame LaLaurie's.
Well, if you buy that.
I'm fucking medium. I'm usually a large, unless it's lunchtime. I get a medium.
That's what I was going to say. I've never been a medium.
I get a large. Doesn't matter if I'm hungry or not.
Fuck no, I know. I'll eat it later. Give me 10 minutes. I'll come back to it.
I may eat them French fries. Now, for the sake of my eyeball not falling out, I don't know if it's vape smoke, doo-doo juice. Poop soup. I don't know what's in my eye right now.
Poop soup.
They can see it on the YouTube channel, on the YouTubes.
Could be pussy water.
Oh, yeah.
She's lapping it up.
Come over here, kitty cat. We got lots of cats down here in the basement.
Yeah, we do. She's usually not down here.
Wow.
She's the one that got her pussy cut off.
We put her up on the...
She wants some beer?
You'll put her up on the table here so the people on YouTube can tune in and they can see this beautiful.
We get more views for cats.
This is Emma.
She does not like me. I'd pet her and she like pulled away.
She fucking hates everybody.
She's
dude.
not Pumpkin. Pumpkin likes me.
She hates everybody. So thank you so much for listening to the Brohio podcast show.
Thank you guys very much. We do appreciate you.
We appreciate you very much. There's no rubber dick in this video.
There's not. We got to get that set up. We do have an interview coming up though, which like we said, we cut away to do.
Yeah.
So that's with Party Pat.
Check out Party Pat.
He was the patron for this episode. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you very much. I love you.
Put you down, kitty. Meow. Goodbye.
Bye.
All right, we're here with the Patreon sponsor of this episode.
Yeah.
Party Pat.
Party Pat.
Party Pat, what's going on, buddy?
Welcome.
Not much, guys. Thanks for having me.
Oh,
Absolutely.
Thanks for sponsoring an episode, buddy. We appreciate you being a faithful listener of the show. The first thing you said when we got on the line, because we like to talk to our listeners for a few minutes before we get them going on the recording, he's like, "Oh, I've been shitting my guts out." So we're worried. We're praying for you, Party Pat. Okay.
R.I.P. your butthole.
Yeah, I'm already half a bottle of Imodium AD in, so I think I'm all right right now.
Amen.
So are you originally from New Orleans?
No, I'm from Baton Rouge, but I have lived in New Orleans around the area, and whenever you tell people, "Oh, I'm from Louisiana," they automatically think of New Orleans. I'm like, no, I'm not from New Orleans.
I thought New Orleans was a state.
It might as well be. It's its own different world.
So I've been working on my New Orleans accent there, Party Pat, and I've been talking about the crocodiles and the gators down there in New Orleans, and I didn't know if I actually sound like I could, if I sound like one of the natives down there in New Orleans. Is that correct, Party Pat?
Man, all you need now is a houseboat, and you think you'd be all right.
Amen.
All right, I was making sure I nailed it. I watched a lot of gator shows on the Discovery Channel this week. It was just these like fucking hillbillies in like barefooted straw hats shooting fucking gators out in the swamps.
Man, the bayou is the best.
Yeah, it's pretty rampant.
So Party Pat,
There's a season though. There's a specific season you can do it, and it's like the gator hunting is very regulated. So it's not just people just go out there randomly. I'm sure they do, but
oh yeah, that's right.
it's pretty controlled.
Have you ever eaten gator before?
Of course,
Is it pretty good?
it's delicious.
Oh,
I don't
it is
see
good.
how you guys have it.
I have.
We're in Ohio, like our fucking the state animal's a possum, dude.
If an animal's edible,
Fair
I'm
enough.
going to eat it. I've had alligator. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Alligator's pretty good.
My friends
You ever
here.
get the chance to eat it blackened, grab it blackened.
Okay,
Sounds racist, but okay.
we'll fucking try
Wow.
it.
No, that sounds good.
We're already we're tiptoeing in this episode because we had to talk about slaves a lot.
Yeah.
So we're kind
Yeah, I knew this would be a challenge. This would be a very like
we fucking nailed it.
I can't think of I can't think of the word right now, but it's a very
Well, slavery isn't cool no
sensitive
matter who you are.
PC. We're just here celebrating President's Day, Party Pat. Okay,
Lord Trump.
Lord Trump. So Pat, he had a lot of good topics he threw at me. We ended up going with this one, but he had quite a lot, and I think we're gonna put some of his on our running list. So
Hell yeah.
Pat, man, if you ever start a podcast, don't use those topics that you gave me because I'm gonna fucking use them. Okay.
Oh, okay, no worries. I'll leave that to you guys. I don't think I have enough time. I don't see you guys how you guys do it, but I know I don't have enough time.
No, fuck no. Our wives are pissed off right now that we're down here.
They always are every week.
They get over it.
She tried to give me a stay before I came over here today, so.
I said I was going into the guest room and I got the death stare. I'm like, what?
Just
I
give
need
me
a little bit of privacy.
5 minutes.
That's all I need. Now, Pat, have you had any kind of strange? Because this episode it goes from true crime into like a haunting. It's kind of a fun episode. Have you had any strange occurrences? Anything super scary like that happen to you?
I mean, I'm sure I have more than like usually. Because I was talking about with a friend at work the other day. I was like, look at how rampant it is. If you see all the TV shows and all the stories and all like the firsthand experiences with the paranormal, it's like, am I just like oblivious to the stuff that's going on around me, or do I just like it just not happening? I mean, I've never been to the mansion. It's a kind of a regret I have, but I mean, we're going that way. My brother's getting married in April. We'll probably go then because after I started, I'm going to do the episode. I got to go now.
Yeah. How sloshed are you going to get at that wedding?
I don't drink, man.
Neither do
don't
I.
drink.
God bless you.
Yeah.
So what?
Yeah, I've never been drunk in my life.
I'll just sit here. With my
You've
mouth
never
closed.
you were in the military and you've never been drunk before?
Yeah.
Oh man, I bet you they raped you every night after you fell asleep.
No.
All right,
No.
good.
No.
He's very
My
adamant.
brother was the same way. My brother was in the Marines for 5 years or so, and he's the same way. He's never drank anything.
Oh, fuck, I would have to drink if I was a Marine.
Yeah, I probably
I
drink.
don't know, man.
I only drink.
It's not this huge religious thing, It's just like one of those things. Like we both just kind of grew up, it being second nature, not wanting to do it,
Yeah,
So I don't know.
I only do it maybe a couple times a year. I don't like not having control of my body. Honestly, it's the biggest thing for me. But I love taking a shit though. That's like my
Yeah.
thing, Party Pat.
That's what I was screaming this morning, and it was coming out of both ends. I want control.
Oh man. So I told you that we would touch on your military career just a little bit, if that's okay. Is that still okay with you, Party Pat?
Yeah, that's fine.
All
I'm not
right.
going to say anything incriminating.
Okay. You said you're in the Army?
Yes.
Okay. How long are you in the Army?
I've been in the Army going on 11 years.
Are you still
wow.
you're still in right now?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have you been deployed to any hairy places before?
Yes.
Okay. I'm trying to figure out.
I've been in Afghanistan and Iraq.
I want you to tell some cool fucking stories is what I'm asking, Pat. Would you tell us some cool fucking stories?
So after my 14 deployment to Afghanistan, I got
14
sent home
deployment?
early.
Holy crap.
No,
14?
no, my 2014.
Oh, I was going to say,
14th
you were in 11 years and you went 14 times.
We're talking to the G.I. Joe. This is G.I. fucking Joe.
No.
Okay.
So after my deployment in 2014, I got sent home fairly early because my daughter was being born,
Okay.
and she was breech, so they had to we had to do a C-section, which is not what either my wife wanted or what I wanted, but I mean, it is what it is.
Doesn't matter what you want, Pat.
No, exactly. I've learned that. So, but I know my wife she wanted the whole natural birth thing. So anyway, we're going and like we're in the room, and the anesthesiologist is like, I'm sitting in there in the room like holding my wife's hand, and the anesthesiologist is like, Dad, do you want to look? And I was just like, not really, but I mean, I just kind of pop up and I just see like little legs and a butt, you know what I mean, like dangling around in the air, and I'm just like, whatever. And the dude looks at me. He goes, not impressed, huh? And as he said it, I'm thinking back to like 2 months prior, and I was like, I'm holding the dude's leg. I'm like, what do we do with this? And I just ended up like putting it in this like a plastic grocery bag and like holding on to it until the helicopter showed up.
Was it the enemy's leg?
No, it wasn't an enemy leg. It was one of our partner forces. The dude lived, so
Okay, thank
I
God.
would be telling a story if he had died, but he had lived, and and I was just thinking back to that. I was just like 2 months ago, I was holding a guy's leg, figuring out where to put it.
Jesus,
And
man.
then when the bird showed up, we put him on, and I handed the flight medic the bag. He goes, "What's this?" I'm like, "His leg." And he goes, "Great." And they took off. But yeah, that dude ended up living.
That's fantastic, man. I mean, it's not
Yeah, it was
fantastic
funny.
that it happened, but
Yeah, it was funny because when we got word that it happened, the dude was knocked out, and I was actually really impressed with like the Afghan army's like medical stuff, and I like how they had his leg like the tourniquets on his leg and everything bandaged, and the dude was out cold. So he ended up waking up and saying something in Pashtun, and our terp said to one of our medics, he says, "Hey, he said he has pain in his knee," and I was like, "Hey man, tell him it's okay. His knee's not there anymore."
oh god damn it.
You see the interpreter, and bless his heart, he's like going through his mind on how to like translate it, and he goes, "No, I'm not telling him that." But
That's a super dude.
But yeah, so like, yeah, when I saw my kid being born, I was like, that's not that big of a deal.
I about passed out when my kid was being born.
Yeah, I was fine.
So what happened to me is my wife pushed for several hours, and the doctor walked in and he stuck his finger in my wife's butt, and then he's like, all right, she's ready. I'm like, hold on. I was not ready to have a kid at all. Like, I was not ready for it to happen. My first one. And he's like, Dad, can you hold her leg? And I'm like, what? And they wanted me to hold her fucking leg. Like, they were short staffed that day. Or no one signed up for the overtime list or something. So there was a nurse, the doctor catching, and then I was holding on the other leg. So all of it was right there in my face. And I was just a nervous wreck. So, Pat, you handled that a little bit better than I did.
Well, I mean, I haven't had to go through the actual whole childbirth. I'm saying like I have to go through it. Like it's something I'm going to be dealing with. So I haven't,
You never know, dude.
Our next one we're hoping is a little more, a little more natural other than the process. But yeah, it was funny because like when we showed up, the day we were supposed to get her, her pulled out of her, whatever you want to call it. And so they like, when we got there, some of the nurses like, be glad you weren't here yesterday. It was like some trauma stuff. I guess some guy down in like near the hospital, he had had enough and he was just ramming his car into other people's cars.
What in the world?
Causing a whole bunch of damage until his car like stopped moving. And when they're telling us this, I'm like, oh, I can relate. I feel that. And I said that out loud and I'm like, God damn it. I'm like, think some fucking weird.
Watch him. Get security up here watching. Oh, man. That's great. I wish we could, maybe one day down the road when you're no longer, I'm sure you're at the point now you're going to do your 20 years, but hopefully one day you can tell a lot more stories because I want to hear the ones you can't talk about. That's the fucking thing.
maybe one day, but like, I don't know. Part of me, is torn doing those because I'm at that turning point. Like, well, you're already halfway there. Like 10 years is a long time.
It is. Go for it, dude. Yeah, you'll be set up.
And
fucking
with my daughter, she's epileptic, and I don't want her to lose out on health insurance.
Right.
And with all this crap going on with the health insurance and all this maybe possible changes to stuff, and I was like, I don't want to risk it. So me and my wife just kind of talked about. Part of us wants to kind of like step away from it and just like start over. But another part of me is like, I've got 10 years left. And if I do, and I finish out, do the 20, she's taken care of for life. So it's looking more and more like that's the way we're going.
Plus them re-enlistment bonuses are juicy as fuck.
Yeah. I just got a pretty big one, especially for what I do.
Yeah.
I just got a pretty big one I'm in an instructor billet right now. So like, I'm not currently able to deploy. I got like 3 years stabilization where I'm teaching kind of. And, I raised after my kids started having their seizures again. I was like, hey guys, I need a break.
Yeah.
They're like too easy. So
yeah, that's terrifying. We had a son that one of our sons had seizures. It's horrible.
God, man. Yeah.
It was pretty, and the whole ordeal was pretty catastrophic. And well, it could have been. And like when her neurologist told us, don't get on the internet and look this stuff up. So, the first thing I did, and like, it about ruined me. I was like, oh my goodness, this is the worst thing in the world.
Right.
Like I know I've been around people that have been through hell and back and seen my daughter go through this stuff. I've never felt so helpless in my life.
Yeah. See, I could imagine something like that. Like our son, it was just febrile seizures. So anytime he would get like a fever, he would seize because his body would just like, just wig out. Luckily, he's outgrown it now, so I mean, we don't have to deal with it anymore. But it's every time it was like if he got sick, we had to worry about it.
So she went almost 3 years without any episodes, and then she started having them again. And all the ER doctors were like, "Oh, it's febrile."
Right.
But after the third or fourth one in the span of short time, her neurologist was just like, "Nope, it's actually the seizure activity causing the fever spike," and we ended up putting her back on the medication, but. She's fine. I mean, she wouldn't even know anything's wrong. You know what I mean? Like she has no clue. It's me and her mom who are the nervous wreck about it.
Oh, it's terrifying.
Yeah, nothing holds your heart like your fucking kids, man.
Terrifying.
Y'all will probably hear her in a little while. She's running around the living room screaming.
I can hear mine up screaming right now.
Knicks are going crazy right now here. So.
Oh man. Well, Pat, I appreciate you coming on the show with us, man, and having a few minutes with us. I hope we'd love to catch up with you on a Patreon episode where we can talk to you for about 45 minutes or so, if that'd be all right.
Yeah, that's cool.
Okay.
Awesome.
While you have the bros cornered here, do you have any questions for us?
I thought about something because I was just like, what am I going to ask him? But I was like, a lot of the stuff has already been kind of asked.
We're pretty transparent about everything in our lives.
Yeah. Oh, what got you into the paranormal or stuff like that? So I've heard y'all goof off about how you mentioned somebody else being like one of your best friends. So what are you two? Just like, oh, you couldn't find anybody else to do the podcast with you, so you called up Rob or Nick the other way around?
Yeah, we fucking hate each other in real life. This is like wrestling. Like, we're good on film, on the camera,
right?
But we don't like each other in real life. Like, we're not real life friends. No, we've been we've been super close friends ever since the 6th grade. Rob, he did a lot of gothic stuff.
Yeah, I did.
My wife just started the bath.
I hear that.
Rob did a lot of gothic stuff. He did cocaine and stuff in high school, and I
never did anything like that.
Church camp and hung out with I didn't smoke marijuana and stuff like him. So, but then after high school, we got back together. Here we are, dude.
I was a seeny weenie in high school, so I hung out with
I was too.
I hung out with all the kids that were in hardcore bands and stuff, and so naturally I hung out with that crowd.
I still played music up until we moved from Florida to here. I was actually in a band.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. What do you play?
I play bass, but I was the singer, I guess you would call it.
Nice.
Good.
Well, so what part of Florida did you vacation to? Did you go to McGuire's in Pensacola or Destin?
In Pensacola. We go to Pensacola every year.
Okay, because we lived near Destin, and I thought it'd be funny. I was like, you know what? When I hear him talking about going to McGuire's, I'm just gonna go drive around and look for him. It'd be creepy.
Last year we went to we stayed in Destin last year though, because my wife has family in Pensacola. Actually, it's in Gulf Breeze, where the UFO incident was, which I want to eventually talk about.
Yeah.
But yeah, usually it's Pensacola, but last year we went to Destin because we weren't staying with her family. So we just went a little bit out of the way and just got a beach house. But yeah, I'm pretty familiar with the area.
It's cool. Unpopular opinion, I fucking hate McGuire's.
Oh my God, that is
disgusting.
Blasphemy.
Okay.
I think it's disgusting.
It's so good.
There's nothing cool about it.
I love it. I think it's an experience type thing.
And then you walk into the wrong bathroom and things go,
That's the best. See, they have gag bathrooms.
Okay.
So I
did it twice.
Did you?
I did it twice. Yes, I've done it twice.
The first time I ever went, it almost got me, but I saw someone walk into the bathroom, so I followed them. They have signs on their door. On the men's bathroom, it says ladies, but above it says this way to the ladies' bathroom, and it has an arrow pointing to the ladies' bathroom, but it says ladies really big, and in small print it says this way to the ladies.
Oh, that's fucked up.
So so constantly, if you have somebody that's unfamiliar with the area, you constantly get walked in on by the other sex. So they have all these newspaper articles beside the bathroom where people have tried to get them to remove the signs, but the city commission or whatever it is always no, it's good.
We got it.
Just read the sign and you're fine.
Oh man.
It's great.
Yeah.
All right.
It happened to me twice. Same restaurant. What even the one in Pensacola? It was the one in Destin. I did it twice at the one in Destin.
The one in Destin's horrible to park at. Fuck that, man.
Oh, it's miserable because
so
you
bad.
Have McGuire's Pizza, McGuire's Irish Pub, and then McGuire's Sushi.
Yeah,
so
and then the gift shop.
I'm
right,
not going
smack
for that
dab in the
McGuire's
middle.
the gift shop. Yeah.
Oh, there's a kid down here. All right. I got you taken care of. See? Party Pat, I told you one of them come down here. That was
mine will probably come in. I had her saying Brohio earlier. So
well, man,
we have to be careful about listening to you guys in front of her now because now she repeats everything she hears.
Oh, poor thing.
And I'm just like, oh God.
It's fucked up.
But I told Nick on the phone, my wife just started listening to you guys.
Yeah.
Because before I was listening to you and I put it on, my wife be like, this is so stupid. I'm like, I know, it's great, isn't it?
Amen.
It's awesome. And so she started listening to you guys, and she'll listen to you guys at night.
Mm-hmm.
And as we're, I'm trying to sleep, I'll hear start chuckling at herself. You know what I mean? Because she said something the other day about I think I told Nick about how the cat, removing the cat's vagina, and she said like it was the dumbest thing, but I just could not get over it.
It's definitely an acquired taste.
She snapped back. Party Pat, tell them the story about you going through the gate, dude.
Oh, okay. So, this is before I moved to North Carolina, and I was going into the gate at work to give you go into the gate, you give them your ID, and they check it and make sure you go on. And I'm listening to I forgot what episode it was, the Eileen Warnos episode or something.
Okay.
And I'm going to the gate, and there's a dude there, and he's just always in a good mood. He's always smiling. We have a certain nickname for him, but I'm not going to say it because it'll really pinpoint down the location.
Right.
And as I'm handing him my ID, Nick says, "Yeah, I'd suck a dick for a quarter pounder." And he hears it. And I just turn the radio off real quick, and he just looks at me. I've never seen the dude not smile, but he frowned then. And I was just like, "Oh, dude." So from there on out, you know what I mean? I always made sure to not go in whatever line he was in.
You pull up the next day and he's eating a quarter pounder.
Yeah, he's got like a bag of them. You know what I mean? Hey, this way.
Yeah, you know where I can get rid of these things.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, dude, I thought it was hilarious.
That's so funny.
That sounds like something I would say.
Now I'm real careful about what I'm listening to or how loud it is when I'm going to the. I think that's when I first started listening to you guys, because it hadn't been too bad yet, and I was just kind of picking through the episodes. I was like, oh, I'm interested in this one, and
fuck you,
man. It's getting worse as we go along.
It is. Party Pat's can get fucked by the gate guy now because of us.
We're getting too
thank
comfortable.
God I'm not there anymore, but I'm sure he'll be there, and he'll never forget who I am. I guarantee you.
He's not getting Party Pat's not getting fucked by a gay guy. He's getting fucked by the gate guy.
You're the quarter pounder guy, right?
Yeah. As long no onions, we'll be all right.
Well, Pat, thank you so much for your military service, man. Thanks for listening to the show.
Thank you very much.
You guys got it.
Yeah,
I do have a question.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Where's my damn shirt?
Upstairs, sitting on my dresser.
It's a good place for it.
He's only wore it a couple times.
Right. You have you actually have a military green one up there. If that you probably don't have enough stuff like that, but
no, not the whole basement's just full of it. But
yeah,
we'll get that out.
Listen, I'm a fat slob and I suck. So
no rush.
All right, brother. Well,
appreciate you.
Take care, and thanks again for your service. And hopefully we can catch up with you soon with a Patreon episode. We can talk about all kinds of nasty stuff.
Yeah, I'm down. I'm down. I appreciate you guys calling.
All right, Pat. Thanks, take care, buddy.
All right, thanks, guys.
Yep. Bye.
Bye.
Party Pat.
Party Pat. There he is.
Yeah. Thanks for listening to this episode, guys.
Thank you, guys.
We're in the middle of it, so we're gonna go finish it.
Yeah.
All right.
Bye.